Yeah, don't stop. Talking about... We talked about this!
I blacked out. What happened?
I had to snap you out of it.
Okay. What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Grunky Weenie Show! What's up? How's it going?
Can I be Grinky this time?
Okay, you can be Grinky. Okay, I'm Stinky. That's Grinky. Per his request. Okay. Austin, what are we doing today? So the viewers that already read the title, who know what we're doing, can know what we're doing. Please tell us.
Today we're ranking the whole discography of Sublime. No, we're going over a Facebook prompt from a bit ago that are people's encounters with bad band members or bad people they've met. Maybe if they're not in a band, the criteria essentially was bandmates you've had and like bad stories of bandmates. But I opened it as well to people that have maybe just met people in bands that had like a bad experience or something.
Like jerks.
Like cringe experiences.
Like rude bandmates.
I mean, even something maybe that's a standout. Maybe it's not even cringe.
Okay.
All right, number one is from Justin Hodge. Says, when I was trying to start my first band, we were trying a drummer from Craigslist. And not even 2 weeks later, he tried calling our bass player to see if it was cool to take his girlfriend to the movies and dinner. Long story short, he did not make the cut.
Wow, what a bold move that is.
Listen, bro, can I fuck your girl? Like, what are you talking about, dude?
Yikers. That's the most drummer energy thing, though, that I can imagine.
That's pretty funny.
That's like, how does that work? That is the most awkward.
That's a strange
That's a weird
individual.
dynamic.
It's a weird individual. It's like someone who just like woke up still drunk and was like, what if I just try this out?
Interesting. He's like, no, but like not like that. Like
it's not
she's
weird.
Just cool.
It's just
that's all.
It's just dinner and a movie, dude. It's not weird at all.
I'm trying to think of like how that would not be weird, but that's pretty weird. Yeah, that's pretty weird.
Long story short, he's in the band and they're married.
Yeah, the bass player quit. The drummer got married to his girlfriend.
All right, Kenny Walsh has the experience of had a bassist refuse to learn our songs on his own time. We only had 1 day a week for a few hours to practice as a band, so it was necessary, because he couldn't play his giant amp in his apartment. Our guitarist tabbed them out, sent them and everything, but he said playing without an amp didn't sound the same, so he would not do it. He'd then come to practice playing nothing close to the songs and would spend the whole time staring at the guitarist's hands. He did not last long also.
So he's just like a drug addict.
Yeah, he's like wouldn't do
or
the
just
parts,
an alcoholic.
and then would come to practice and be like, how do I... It's like watching
What kind of
the guitar.
excuse is that? Like, oh, I can't play unless I'm playing through a loud amp.
Yeah, like what are you talking about?
That's the weirdest. Dude, bass players are weird, man. They say some weird shit.
Yeah, also couldn't you just have like the amp like really quiet or like... Can you plug in headphones to an amp at all? Or is that
Some,
a thing?
you definitely can. I don't know. Odd. What a weirdo.
Yeah, it seems like an excuse that he was used to using, and then you got musicians that were like, that doesn't make sense.
And then they come to practice and be like, oh.
Yeah, especially when he said he tabbed it out too. He's like still in person, like writing. Like,
If I was a guitar player, I'd turn around.
Yeah, I'd put a little like standby on something in the garage.
Yeah, fuck that guy. What a weirdo.
Yeah, sorry, Kenny. Alex Ficetti says, I guess I was that band member. It's how brave of you to say.
Oh, no.
My band's first show, this was back in like 2010, I played bass, was having some, let's say, intestinal distress. So I went out to have a smoke before our set, ripped a wet fart and shit myself. I was in basketball shorts, so I walked down the street to a local pizza shop. Lo and behold, I get in there to clean up the mess, and there's no toilet paper in the bathroom. So I did what any rational person would do, and I chucked my boxers in the trash and then used both of my socks to clean up the disaster. Went on to play the show Commando with no socks. I don't know if this fits what you guys are asking, but it definitely wasn't a fun time for me in that moment.
So what he's saying is that he's a Brown Sox fan.
Dude, that's a classic movie. How you ever shit yourself, use your socks, wipe that bad boy up.
Jesus.
That sucks. Yeah, I don't know if that makes you a bad
No,
mover.
yeah,
Maybe
I mean,
it's shitty for the pun's sake. But.
Yeah, no, that's just an unfortunate situation to be in. That's just life kicked in the balls.
You must have a good band experience then if that was the worst thing that happened to your band.
I was about to say, yeah, that's the worst thing. Then yeah, that's not terrible.
Something that maybe nobody even knows happened except you, and now everyone we're telling.
I mean, also having like bowel discomfort. I mean, hey.
Intestinal distress.
Yeah, sorry. Not bowel discomfort.
Yeah,
it's intestinal
have some
distress.
fucking respect,
Sorry.
dude.
My bad. That's kind of funny though. Good story.
Jason Red Henderson says, my first band, also my band so far because of the damage these guys did to me, didn't have the balls to let me know that things weren't working out or that they were going to fire me. They didn't even bother telling me there was a problem to begin with. They just told me that we were going to be taking a break from shows for a few months after going pretty hard on the local scene for our first several months together. Then out of the blue one day, a buddy of mine texted me and told me he was sorry he missed my show the previous night. And I said, what show? And he said, the show you guys played at the Knit last night.
No.
I made a few phone calls, found out that one of the singer's friends who had been hanging out at practices for a couple months was actually being trained as my replacement. They had done a few shows with him before I even found out I had been replaced.
Yikes. That's like finding out that your girlfriend is cheating on you for like the last 2 months.
Yeah.
And then it's like,
yeah. Dude, I just remember that. Remember when Spencer Sotella from Free was in From First to Last for a little bit? That happened to him. Where
Vaguely.
He was like the new vocalist. They did like an album together, and then Sonny came back like behind the door, closed the doors, and they put out Make War. And that's how Spencer found out that he wasn't in the band. Is they released Make War, and he was like,
I guess I'm not doing this anymore. Maybe.
Yeah.
Did he post something about that? Did
Yeah,
he be like,
had-
yo, what the fuck?
and he had made a comment of like sharing it and being like, guess I'm not in the band anymore. Like,
I wonder
something
though
like
if
that.
he like was just being facetious and kind of knew
That-
behind the scenes.
I mean, that'd be
don't
funny
know.
way to take it, but yeah, I don't think he ever
That's
like addressed
so
it in like a
funny.
serious light. So it might
That's
be.
so funny.
Yeah, rough.
Oh man.
I mean, if, also real
That
quick, if
sucks,
this is in the
dude.
modern social media age too, how did you not know that they played multiple? I could get one show, sure, they sort of dropped it. You said they played multiple and you didn't notice.
That's crazy. Yeah, he doesn't go to local shows very
I
often.
mean, they just didn't have a Facebook page.
Damn.
Yeah, brutal. Anthony Kapaki says, so I was in a band with this YouTuber, right? I think he's talking about Fluff.
He's probably talking about. Wait, when did he post it?
A
day ago? Oh no. Rip dragged under.
Pour one out for the homies. Zachary Lee says, not too long ago, I was the vocalist of a band and nobody in the band could play it to a click.
Oh.
So our demo sounded like garbage. It's fair.
The worst,
These
dude.
guys claimed they wrote heavy music and would just play down-tuned Metallica riffs. That's
Okay.
very funny. What do you guys do? It's like, yeah, that's not your thing.
That's basically 90% of metal, anyways, is down-tuned Metallica riffs.
It reminds me of like a Joe Studios like session or something. Somebody
for sure.
showing up with cover riffs, and they're like, "We'd like to do a band," and you're like, "What are you talking about?"
This is already a band. You're just playing it badly.
So they claim to be forest metal, but could never give an explanation other than it's more of a feeling than music.
It's more of a vibe,
We're
really.
like forest metal. What does that mean? You just have to listen to it.
It's more earthy.
It's like we cover Metallica in the woods.
We sound like moss.
We put our demo on a festival compilation, and our guitarist posted it on SoundCloud, and I lied saying some fan posted it.
Oh no.
But everything was spelled with his poor grammar, and the picture was of our band flag that we hadn't been posted yet. So they just like sold themselves out instantly. And there's so many things they did, but turns out the guitarist has multiple SH charges. So as soon as I learned that, I was out of there.
Jesus.
Icing on the cake. Oh, and also
By
he
the
was
way,
a criminal.
yeah, the fact that you're too embarrassed to say it's your music,
Right.
And you're like, oh, this is a fan. It's a fan for sure.
And then the realization of like, oh, why did we post it with the artwork? It's not out. Our fan fucking doxed us.
That's crazy, dude. That's bad.
Patrick Joyce says, no word of a lie. My last band, Lynchpin, was auditioning for drummers, and one of the guys came in and set up the drums really weird, like a Jared Dines video on different drum setups.
Did he actually watch a video and was like, yo, yeah, I'm gonna
He's
try
like,
that.
this is lit,
I'm gonna
bro.
try that shit.
He said the toms were placed really weird, and the kit looked like it was Frankenstein out of 4 different sized drum kits. He then started playing, and we noticed immediately this guy had never touched a drum kit in his life and could not play at all. I think he just got trolled.
That guy for sure watched one of my videos and was like, I could do that.
He's like, this could be fun.
I could totally do that. And then he was like, wait, I don't know what I'm doing.
Yeah, maybe. I bet you guys are on some dude's YouTube video with 20 views. It's like pranking local musicians.
Or maybe in his mind, he was like, oh yeah, we're all starting out musicians.
Yeah, we're all learning together.
We're all learning together. We're like brand new, right?
He had 4 guys
This is
looking
how
at him.
bands do it. They all start playing together at the same time, right?
That's so funny. Having the 4 different sizes, and you're like, oh, what? Oh, weird. How interesting. He's got like such a unique setup. He's gonna be. He's just like, so.
It's like my kit's really progressive. I have a very progressive kit. That's so funny. I mean, yeah, I've definitely had like I have like tryouts with guitar players or whatever in the past for like old projects.
And you're like, you don't know what you're doing.
Yeah, dude. And it's just like people that literally have been
It's
playing
like too excited, yeah.
playing for like a month. And it's like, well, your heart's in the right place, but your fingers are not.
Yeah.
So go back to the drawing board.
Holden Hume says, I started a band in middle school. My vocalist didn't show up when we played the talent show. It was just me doing guitar and vocals for Die, Die, My Darling by the Misfits.
What a vocalist move, by the way. They don't help you load anything in. They don't show up on time. They have a bad attitude when they do show up, and they're probably hungover, and their girlfriend's always with them. Fuck vocalists, bro.
Bro, I don't know if if I want to like salute your confidence or question your insanity for going up there still.
You question insanity, I'll salute the confidence. You'll get best of both worlds.
Exactly. Oh man, that's just like the show must go on. But like nobody has the context but you, so it's just to everyone else it looks like you're like, check this out.
Yeah, right.
Oh, $4.
You're the one getting laughed at when you're the only one with enough like responsibility
you're
to actually show up and try. That's so funny.
Heart of a true man there.
Yeah.
Good one, Holden. You can hold this fucking W, my man. Kevin Michael Smith says, our drummer told us he was sick. We still played the show and he was in the crowd.
Was he sick in the crowd?
In a blanket, like, why'd you do this to me? Yeah, who's more of the asshole in this, honestly?
Yeah, like,
you
I
guys
need more
forgot-
context on that one. Did
Oh,
he
you're
want?
sick.
Did he like want to cancel the show and they're like, no, we're still doing it, and then he showed up and was just like spitefully watching you,
He's got one of those thermometers in his mouth and an ice pack on his head.
like a cartoon character?
Exactly. He looks like an old man that's like sick.
Also, how sick? Did he have a cold? Could he still play and just decided not to, or was he like sick, like couldn't get out of bed?
He's just,
Clearly, he could get out of bed if he
he's
was
just
at
at
the
the
show.
bar with his back turned, just like getting drunk as fuck, and then he's just like, fuck you guys.
Yeah, he's fucking sick, dude. It's lit.
Zachary Wines says, Dean and I know this so vividly. I don't know who Dean is. Lamau. So while the lineup was Dean, Dave, and I, we decided
Dean, Dave, and Zach.
the
That's
boys.
a TV show right
I
there.
could do it to him. We decided to bring a member in to be our second guitarist. First time being a 4-piece, and everything was going well at first. Showing up to practice on time, learning the songs, same stuff you normally do. Then we had a party we were learning the song. Wait, what the fuck?
Then we had a party we were playing for.
Thank you, sorry. Then we had a party we were playing for, and the person shows up high off his mind and tells us right before we start he doesn't know any of the songs, and we had to take almost a full hour before teaching him everything. And the next day we fired him.
What? Just play the show without him?
Yeah, why reward him and be like, we'll teach you still.
No, just be like, okay, well, you're not playing then.
That's insane.
You fucking dork.
Hi, Anne doesn't know the song. Like,
Yeah.
I got high so I could get confident and tell you that
Exactly.
I don't know what I'm doing.
I have no idea what I'm doing, bro. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, I can't believe you guys were like, well, we can save this one.
It's also like it's more annoying when someone doesn't know what they should know when they're then also high.
Right.
Or
You're
like
it's going to take
drunk,
even more work.
or something. It's like, oh, okay, so you have time to do drugs and get drunk or something, but you don't have time to learn the
Right,
songs.
yeah.
Like,
yeah,
fuck
if you were fucked up and nailing your parts, like,
Yeah, that's
whatever, that's your
different.
life, bro.
That's
But yeah,
different.
if you're like, I didn't learn the song, like, we go up in 20 minutes. dude.
tripping on shrooms, just like, where am I?
I sold my guitar 2 days ago.
I'm not an adult. I can't take care of myself.
Graham Wilson says, the triangle player in our high school marching band couldn't play his instrument. It's just like, he's off every time.
That
It's
can't be true. That can't be real.
Shit. It's everything. It's like, how are you fucking this up? It's
Shit.
Fuck. Shit. Oh, that's like 1, 2. No, fuck.
I guess if you really don't have any concept of time,
Right, get a
you
different
probably
guy.
could just be like,
Yeah, what if this is like a great guy?
Ding.
It's just a really nice person.
Yeah.
And so they're like, we'd love to have him around, but...
But why do that? Like you're forced to play the triangle.
Right,
Like
yeah.
you don't want to do music at all.
Give him a wood triangle.
Sit. It's
You
not
need as
quite
off
as
time as you
loud when
want,
it's off
yeah.
time. Yeah, get like a rubber padded triangle.
Yeah,
It's like a practice
give-
triangle.
Give him the drum
you know?
brush.
Yeah. It's like a training bike of triangles. Just put like foam around it, so it's just like
You're like,
nothing.
oh, look at him go.
He's trying his heart out. Once he gets timing down, we can take off the training wheels. You know.
Yeah, that's either an r/ didn't happen or that's like the nicest guy of all
That's
time.
what I was
Yeah.
gonna say too. Is like, did that really happen? That's pretty.
Yeah, fair. Funny, but fair.
Yeah.
My first band, oh, I'm sorry, Dylan Lee Wickwire says, my first band's drummer was super rich, so he bought a really nice drum kit, but never would practice outside of when we would all get together. He couldn't stay on beat to
Adds
save his
up.
life. Anyways, there was one thing in particular he would do that was insanely hilarious. Basically, we would just watch our favorite bands' playthroughs, whether that be drums, bass, guitar, and when we would see drum videos, we would say, like, oh, I like those ghost notes, or oh, I love those blast beats, convinced that we were implying he couldn't do those things, or he would throw a huge fit and run out of the room to use his drum kit in like the middle of hanging out, which was usually left at his house, the person writing the story, and he would try to prove that he could do those things. Eventually, he left the band when he couldn't play the stuff to how their new record sounded.
So yeah, just very low confidence.
That's such a weird thing. It's just like you and your boys are watching YouTube and he goes, I can do this! And just runs out of the room.
Well, I guess it depends on how they're saying it.
Yeah.
Are they being like, yo, those ghost notes are sick, right?
Yeah, right,
Right,
Brian.
Steven? Right? Don't you agree? Or were they just being like, oh, that was really cool? You know,
Or like, oh, that'd be
that's
cool
sick.
if we could have
That would be
on our
cool
music.
if we could do something like that.
That'd
you
be
know?
sick if we, like our songs would benefit from those fights, right?
Yeah, exactly. Like how implied.
How passive were you guys?
Yeah, how passive and aggressive were
Especially
you
where
about
he's like,
this?
you're like, fuck you guys, would go and practice. I can't hear your ghost notes.
He just, yeah, hear this from the other room. Shit! Fuck!
Your triangle.
It's the same guy.
Fuck. He just can't find his timing.
Really wants to be a percussionist, but he just can't do it.
His life of struggles going from group to group, being off time.
That's funny.
Stefan Pride says, lead man wouldn't let me talk into the mics at all between songs. He had no crowd work at all and just felt stiff. So it's don't talk, and then we
He's stiff.
continue not to talk. It's pretty
This man
funny.
is stiff.
Yeah, that's why he was, he's like, I didn't say don't talk. I said quit fucking grabbing my dick on stage, dude. Oh, sorry, I thought you said you didn't want me to use the mic.
No,
I said,
you're too stiff, bro. Loosen up.
I don't want you to grab my penis.
So it is. I do kind of understand like a lead guy being like, I'm the lead guy. Like, let me work the crowd because that's
Right.
what you're supposed
Yeah,
to
you're the
do.
front man,
You're
right.
the front man. But if you're not doing it and someone else is like, I'll do it. Like,
But
you either
wait a
do
minute.
it because you're the front man, or you let someone do it.
Go-
Because if you don't, it's just
He
awkward.
goes, no, I wanted to do it. I was gonna do it this time.
Exactly. Yeah.
I was
Dude,
really, I was really thinking I could this time I would do it.
I'm trying to do it. I understand like
Yeah, it's,
being self-conscious, but if you're gonna be a front man, you have to learn to like.
it's just
You have to
very,
quickly learn to get out of that.
Very funny to be too shy to interact with the crowd, but yeah, just like don't you ever
Yeah, don't you
talk.
fucking sing.
And then you go up on stage and you're like, you look at your guitarist, just don't fucking sing.
Oh, thanks, guys.
Instantly.
Yeah, it happens.
All right, a couple more beans in the pot. We got Roger Wade. I remember a local band asked me for a cigarette at a show after a show, and I gave him one. Then right when he lit it, he admitted he still had half a pack left. He just wanted to save the good ones for later. This is the rudest. This is so fucking mean, dude. It's one of the rudest things. It's just like, fuck you, dude.
I was okay.
Yeah, why not just do that and not say that anything? Why
Yeah.
not just steal your cigarette and be fine with it?
Unless he was like trying to make a joke and it just did not land.
that's
He's like, oh
bad.
yeah, I mean, I got another pack or whatever, but I just want yours.
Right, it's like empty though, and he's just making a
Yeah.
goof. I just
That's so funny.
so fucked up. Thanks for the smokes, you fucking idiot. I'll catch you later.
Of course, it would be a member of a local band too.
That's so fucking funny.
Yeah.
And then he probably was like, no, check out my band also.
Unless he was like trying to make a point, like, yeah, like you smoke those shitty things, like Marlboros are so much better. Like I'm saving, like you smoke bad cigarettes.
Right, yeah. Give me one of your bad cigarettes, you fucking
Yeah.
dork.
I don't know. That's weird. That's funny.
Our last one, little long. Lucas Shaw says, I have too many. Some of these stories could span years, but I'll keep it brief. After I said it was long. Auditioning a drummer for a metalcore project, I asked the singer where he found him. He says, he plays for my local church jazz band, which is, we all know is a great sign. No experience using 2 kick pedals. We can work around that. We start to break down the demo I sent him. Quote, actually, I never got around to listening to it. Okay, so I start to show him how to play it, and I kid you not, his response was, look at this guy trying to play my parts for me. It's funny as fuck. I didn't practice. Can you teach me how to do it? Oh, Mr. Fucking show off over here.
Oh my god. Yeah. What a fucking.
He brought his sound shields to practice.
What a funny thing to do. Yeah, the church sound shields. Yeah, dude. I just can't imagine like you're going to practice for like a new
Practice,
thing,
right? It's called practice.
and you have not even listened to.
Yeah, I'm sure I'm into it. I don't know.
There's like no preemptively wanting
Right,
to
what
know
if it's the
what you're
worst shit
getting.
ever?
Yeah, what if you're not into it, or what if it's like really complicated that you show up, you're just like, I'm gonna make a fool out of myself.
Oh, this is what
like
we're
this guy did.
Yeah. Look at this guy
weird.
trying to play my parts. I don't even remember your name yet.
That's crazy. Look at this guy trying to play
Dude,
my part.
the audacity to not know your parts and be like, look at him. Look at him trying to show me shit. Fucking boo.
That's offensive. Do you have any?
That's offensive.
Do you have any good memories or stories of like band members that you've met that were just like really bad interactions? Mine are all just people that are really drunk.
Yeah, that's
Mine
fair.
are all people that are like, hey, like, you want to smoke a cigarette? And then they're like, oh, can I bum one of yours? And then you're like, okay. And then they say the same sentence 7 times.
Yeah.
Yo, and then they drop their cigarette on the ground. Yo, can I get another cigarette?
Just like, stop, leave me alone.
End up giving them 3 or 4 cigarettes, and they're like, all right, I'm gonna go inside. And right before, hey, do you want to smoke a cigarette? It's like,
No.
I'm leaving you because you're like clearly fucked up.
Yeah, that's a bummer. I don't know, yeah, I don't know if I've had any particular, like, bad or, like, crazy.
I've had one on
cringe.
tour where I was on the phone sitting on like a bench like by the venue. Some guy comes up and like throws his arm around me like this, and he's
Oh,
like,
God.
picture.
Oh,
picture.
yeah.
And I'm like talking to my like mom or something on the phone, and it was just like this dude is just like, oh, take a picture. Oh, do it again. You weren't looking. And it just like didn't ask, just literally walks up, puts his. I have no clue who this guy is.
That's wild.
He could be like out from my cheeks or something, and he's just like,
Out from a cheek.
do it one more time. Yeah, okay, cool, man, brother. See you later.
Just like, was I just violated?
Yeah,
What the
it's
fuck
just
is
like,
that?
what?
Just a prop for this guy?
No, yeah, I was literally like a trope
Yeah, that's messed
for
up.
that guy to just like, I'm gonna get this picture, and I don't give a fuck what he's doing, or I'm not gonna ask. I'm just gonna go do it, and
Yeah.
really weird.
I think I told that story, but I guess that time when Fluff fucking knocked all those cookies out of my hand, that was probably one of the
dude.
rudest band guy experiences I've
That
ever
was
had.
that was like out of pocket,
Yeah.
even for Fluff. I
Yeah,
think.
a fan's parents made gluten-free cookies for me, and he smacked them out of my hands
All
in the
over the
streets of New
ground.
York, and they were all ruined.
Yeah.
Just for no reason.
no
He
reason.
was just like,
Unprompted.
just like baha'd in my face, and everyone else was like, what was that? Why did that happen?
Completely unprompted.
Right, everyone else was like, oh, was that like a bit they're both in on?
Yeah.
Like,
no.
nobody would just walk up to somebody and do that, right?
Oh, Fluff. Looking for a new band, I hear.
Let the intrusive thoughts win on that one. It's like, that'd be funny. Nobody thought it was funny. Whoops.
It was 100% intrusive thoughts, for sure. For sure. I know I have other stories too, but yeah, a lot of them are just like drunk people it's like, they're drunk. Like,
Right,
I don't know. They're just being annoying or stupid or whatever. But
we had a member that would always like hit the, like sexual things were like just like the funniest thing ever to him. Of like,
oh yeah,
it'd be like. We'd be like on our way to like a show or something, and then he'd be like, we'd get there and be like, yeah, me and my girl had sex in the back when we were on our way here. We're like, yeah, we all know. Like, we know it wasn't secret, it was weird, and we were all uncomfortable. And he's like, oh, you guys knew? I thought it was like so, like, thought we'd all be like, nice, bro, you fucking sex with your partner? That's, whoa, how giga fucking chat of you. Yeah. Consensual sex with your loved one?
That's weird.
Yeah, it's like, isn't that sick, guys? That we were like right there? It's like, no. Are you using us? It's just like an exhibitionist thing. You trying to use us to get off, dog? This is strange as hell.
Did you say that was someone in your old band? Or
yeah.
Oh, yeah. I think I know who you're talking about.
Someone I've been in a band with.
Yeah, for sure. There's only one person I know that comes to mind that would be. Yeah.
It was Sammy Sosa, for those at home.
It's true. So big old Sosie boy.
Renowned metalcore
I've
artist
had people
Sammy
that were
Sosa.
like, I've recorded people that were out of pocket for sure. Where like a band will come in like to do 5 songs, and I'll be like, okay, so if we want it to sound as good as we can, and kind of like use samples for the drums, enhancement, kick drum, snare drum, and shit, we need to record to a click. Okay, yeah, we'll do that. We want it to sound like, the sample enhanced sound or whatever. So then they try to do it to the click, they can't do it. Oh, fuck the click. Okay, but I can't, like, the way it works is, like, I don't have the programs or money to, like, make them sampled sounding if it's not to a click. It's just going to be live audio. Okay, that's fine. And then we spend, like, 4 or 5 days recording all the drums and, like, the guitars and shit. And then when I send them their mixes, oh, dude, like, the drums, can you, like, make them sound like the kick and, like, the snare, like, more, like, sampled? And I'm like, I literally told you, like, we need to record to a click for me to do that the way that I did it at the time. It needed to be to a click. And, like, well, we want our money back because we're not happy with it. And, like, I literally fucking told you, like, if you want that sample sounded drum set, like, at the time it was, like, Asking Alexandria was huge. Like, it just come out. It was that very like produced drummer sample sound, which is what they wanted, and just be like, it was my dude. Like, I don't know what to tell you. Like, you can't play to a click. So I told you this from the start.
That's stressful.
Had a lot of bands like that through the studio that were just but.
I had a producer buddy tell me that one of the bands said that they wrote in their own key.
Oh wow!
Like they like created. He was like, this isn't the right key, and they're like, no, we actually play in our own key.
So he has no idea what he's talking about.
He was like, I don't even know how to begin to tell you why that's wrong. Like, what do you mean?
He invented a key.
Yeah, what
that's
are you talking
crazy.
about? Yeah, you made up a key. What are you saying to me right now?
I had a guy a scream vocalist tell me that his highs weren't able to be picked up by microphones because they were so high.
It was just nothing.
And then when he did them, they were like, wee.
They're so high that mics can't pick it up.
Yeah, literally his words. And then there was one band that I recorded like 5 times over the course of like a few years. And the vocalist would always just be like, he did inhales. Oh. And he would never admit it. We all knew it.
Yeah, right. It wasn't a secret
but he would always, I don't inhale. And then he'd go in and record like, and it's like, you're for sure inhaling.
That's pretty wild.
But
just so against it.
Yeah, he just would not admit it. So anyways, thank you all so much for watching this video. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, hit the like button. Let us know in the comments section maybe what your worst band experience was, and we will see you in the next one.
And if you didn't like it, then go down to your local UPS and fuck yourself.
What's going on, guys? Just want to take a moment to let you guys know that we're going to be starting a Patreon. Link in the description below. We're going to be doing a lot more content, a lot more consistently and frequently. We're doing an episode of Dickie Dines every Monday and a new podcast every Thursday, and we just got a bunch of new equipment. And so we're going to amp it up for you guys, and you can help us out to continue to do this at the link in the description below on our Patreon. And there's also going to be some bonuses, obviously, for you guys who sign up on Patreon. So we'll be interacting with you more on Patreon as well. And we'll have some tiers there that you can check out and you can help us out. And we really do appreciate it. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.
Thank you.